So I've been using the ROG Xbox Ally X now for about 2 days, and I wanted to give you my initial thoughts and impressions on this device. So the ROG Xbox Ally X is here. This has been a very interesting device to say the least because of the discussions that have come up. Is it an Xbox? All of that stuff. I think it's ridiculous, that entire discussion. Who cares what you want to call it? It is an Xbox device. It literally has an Xbox button on here, plays Xbox games that you have, play anywhere games. Yes, it's not going to play some of your console games. That's still something that Xbox is seemingly doing in development, and hopefully that will be the case in the future. But as of right now, it is using the Xbox PC app. This is running on Windows 11 with an Xbox full screen experience. That is the overlay, which is the appealing thing, and the, I think, thing that is a very good start, but just not fully there yet. So I'll just give you my impressions. I've been using this for about 48 hours or so, and I found that from the start to where I am now in terms of how I feel about this device, I'm enjoying it and liking it more and more the more that I do end up using it. But there's definitely some issues with, it's definitely a work in progress, to say the least. This isn't, I think, anywhere near where the final product is going to be with this Xbox handheld console like experience, but it's a good start, and it's very exciting to see and to know that they are going to be continuously taking this further. This is, as I've said in previous videos, I think the beginning of really a big change here in handheld gaming. You're going to have SteamOS and you're going to have the Xbox full screen experience. Those are going to be the two main ways that people decide to play. I do think the Xbox full screen experience has a major advantage, which is the entire PC ecosystem. And then hopefully if they can get the console games on there, but just getting access to all of the different launchers in one place and being able to play Game Pass and all that stuff, I think is a big advantage over SteamOS overall. But we will see how that does all play out in the end. But let's give you my thoughts here on the device itself. I'll start off with the things that I like, and then I'll talk about some of the things that I don't like. First of all, the ergonomics on this device is the best I've ever had in my hands when it comes to a handheld PC, a handheld Xbox, whatever you want to call these types of devices. This is by far the best feeling ergonomic device out there, that if you pick this up, you're set. Like, if you think about things like the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch 2 is one of the most uncomfortable handheld gaming experiences you can possibly get. I would say the majority of people get additional things on their Nintendo Switch so that it can actually be playable in their hands and feel good. This, you're set the second that you pick this up. There's nothing better. Feels like an Xbox controller in your hands. The buttons feel great. The sticks are great. The triggers are absolutely phenomenal. And the way that everything just makes you feel like you're in control of every game that you're playing, 10 out of 10. Like that, this is one of the best things about this handheld, is those ergonomics. You can see the back here, and you do have those buttons in the back. You can use them fine. They don't get in the way like some other back buttons. So yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 in terms of ergonomics and just comfort. So you could sit here and play hours and hours on the Xbox ROG Ally devices. Obviously, the white one, the cheaper version, is the exact same ergonomics. Some of the things missing on that one will be the impulse triggers. This one does have the full impulse triggers integration, that if you've ever held an Xbox controller, you'll know that these things actually rumble and everything depending on what games implement it. So that part has been amazing. The other thing here is the screen. I mean, that's always obviously a huge thing here. Before picking this up, I was somewhat worried that I would find the 7-inch screen too small. I was looking at something like the Lenovo Legion Go Gen 2 at 8.8 inches and just this big, beautiful, bright OLED display. And I was thinking, comparatively to this, it's going to be night and day, and I'll instantly want to get that one over this. But I can say with pretty full confidence in the 48 hours, I mean, that's how long this thing has been on, how long I've had it, I'm actually okay with the 7-inch screen, and for a couple of reasons. One, the screen is very good. It's bright, it's vibrant. Games look great on it. Colors pop, all of that stuff. So it is a good display. Obviously, it is not OLED. I wish they would have put in an OLED display on here, but it isn't. Maybe they'll come out with another one in the future. The second thing here is I feel like the actual handheld, the ergonomics, the feel of everything is designed for this type of display, and that potentially would have changed in some way if the display was bigger. It wouldn't look as, I would say, sleek. You would maybe have these grips in the middle of this display with it a bigger display in it. I'm not sure. This is kind of a guess of mine. So with that 7-inch display, with these ergonomics, it feels very good and the screen is fine. It really does feel like a portable device in my hands. And I feel like with bigger devices, they can get a little bit clunky and a little bit too much to carry around with you, laying in your bed and just kind of like not feeling like you have this huge PC thing in your hand or this huge handheld thing in your hand. You do have, I don't really know how to put it into words, but it does just feel like a more comfortable overall handheld experience simply because of the overall size of it and everything. It does feel more like a handheld. And I kind of like that. The more I'm playing it, the more I like that. I'm realizing you don't need the biggest display in the world. I mean, you have your console, you have your PC, you have many other devices where if you want that big display experience, you get it there. You don't need it on the handheld itself. So I'm actually pretty okay here with this 7-inch display. Would I like to see a bigger display in the future? Yeah, maybe like see an 8-inch display. That may be the perfect sweet spot. But the 7-inch is not something that it was something I was kind of dreading before getting this, but I actually like it. I think I'm pretty satisfied what I have been able to play here on this screen. And some of the things I worry about is like the UI and just games you're not seeing enough if they're not optimized properly. That has not been an issue. Pretty much everything I've played has been great to play on this, especially shooters. Shooters was one of those things that I would like a bigger display, but I've been playing Battlefield 6, I've been playing Call of Duty, and both of these, because of the ergonomics and because you feel like you have full control of the game and the device in your hands, it has been the best FPS handheld experience that I've had. I've played FPSs on other PC handhelds like the Lenovo Legion Go S, and although that is a very comfortable device, this one beats it by, I think, a decent amount. And the first-person shooters feel better to play because of that. And the 7-inch screen has been fine. So that side of things, the build, everything, very, very good. Like this is built very nice. It doesn't get loud. You have some fans up here on the top. Even when games are ramping this thing up, it's not loud at all. You can feel the heat coming out, but it's just not loud. And that is great. Speakers are good. You can hear your games no problem. Generally, I have Bluetooth headphones in anyways, but if you do want to play with some speakers, you'll be able to hear pretty good there. Like you'll have no issues with the game because they are front facing. So they are shooting out at you, which is a great thing. So yeah, build, controls, screen, all great things. I'm very, very impressed with the actual device itself and how it does feel, all of that. The battery life has actually been pretty good. You come out of the box here, if you go into the Armory crate, you come out of the box with these different operating modes. You can go up to turbo, you can plug it in and get even more wattage. I believe there's also a manual mode where you can pump even more power into this thing, but that will kill the battery pretty fast. I've been playing mostly in performance mode, and I've been getting a good couple of hours here on bigger games. No problems. I haven't felt as attached to the outlet and to the power cord as I have with other previous PC handles. So the Z2 Extreme does a good job here, giving you better battery life at lower wattages. And yeah, I've been completely fine with just these regular operating modes. Everything I've been playing has been looking and feeling great. I know we've seen people do tests with plugging it in and then the whole manual side of wattage where you can really push this thing, but I just haven't felt like I need to do that yet. And maybe I will in the future, but as of right now, I'm pretty good here with just using these basic operating modes that are given to us. So that's been great. And besides that, the actual operating system, the big thing here, the big selling point of this device over other PC handhelds, I would say, is the ergonomics, and then the Xbox full screen experience. This guy here, how does it feel? How does it work? And when you get this into your home, if you do end up picking one of these up, is it a big jump here from using native Windows 11? Right off the bat, yes. This is far better than using native Windows 11, but there's still a lot of issues with it. There's still a lot of things here that need to be improved upon. We know Microsoft and Xbox are working on this, and there will be updates coming. This does seem like almost a beta of what's the future of the console-like experience in the Xbox ecosystem is going to feel like. And the reason I say things like that, because you have little things still popping up here and there. Like, for example, if you go into your Wi-Fi, and I've had this thing where I want to go into Wi-Fi, you click on it, it brings you over to Windows 11 to actually change your network settings and stuff. So that, I wish they would at some point get rid of that entire Windows 11 side of look of it, but that may be unrealistic. But it brings you over to Windows, the Windows 11 setting box, and you go in there. I'm not going to go in there because it has all my Wi-Fi information, IP, all that stuff, right? But it brings you into that, and you're using like Windows 11 again, and that's okay just for the settings side of things. But the issue here is at times the Xbox game bar here, for some reason, it keeps the little pop-up when you go into Wi-Fi settings still activated, and then you can't scroll down past here, so you have to go back to it and click off of it and stuff. Like little things like that show that this thing is still in beta mode. Sometimes when you're switching apps going, so you got settings, like you can go back and forth, you can have multiple games open and go between them. Sometimes they don't close, sometimes it crashes. It hasn't happened very often, but definitely it has happened. So again, things like that, little issues with the overall operating system, the overall full screen experience. But the other big thing is, if you're jumping into this thinking that you're not going to have to tinker at all like you do with PC gaming, you absolutely will. There's updates galore when you start this thing up. Like, you have to go into desktop mode, make sure drivers are updated, make sure Windows is updated, all of these things. And it is just like 2 hours, maybe not 2 hours, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there's a lot of updates there. You have to make sure drivers are up to date, and it is still that annoying side of PC gaming that is in here. Now, will that ever go away? Probably not, but I think they can make it more intuitive and actually look nicer, and it just make it happen more automatically, so you don't really have to do any thinking along those lines. If you're somebody who's looking at this and you've only done console gaming and you don't want any of that PC side of things, this right now is absolutely not the device for you. And any PC handles are not the device for you. You are going to have to tinker somewhat. But there's also the positives to that. Like, you get so many more options when playing games on this. You can do so much to get more out of the device, to get more out of the games, and for it to run exactly how you want to run. Those things, I think, overall are positives. Even if you don't like doing those things, once you start doing it a few times, you'll see why that is such a big advantage versus being locked into certain modes when you are playing on console. Like, if you want to get like 10 more FPS, you can actually do it. You can pull it out there with this device. So Xbox full screen experience is good. It's fine. Needs to get better. Needs to be continuously improved. Xbox and Microsoft need to bring out updates like fast and furiously, and show that they're continuously going to be improving upon this. Because to me, what this device has done is it's given me a glimpse into how incredible this ecosystem is going to be once it fully gets fleshed out. Because you have the stupid debates online. Is this an Xbox? Is this not an Xbox? This is a PC, but it is an Xbox. It is an Xbox, no matter how you want to slice it up. Xbox is a brand. It has an Xbox button. It was created with Xbox in collaboration with Asus. It is an Xbox, but it is also a PC. So it does not matter any of that. But what does matter is, can you play your games? And majority of the games that I'm playing, I can play. Yes, there are going to be console games that you cannot access, of course. Games that I don't have Play Anywhere, don't have a PC version, you can't play those. But what the bright thing here is, in the future, if you have some forward thinking about all this, if you've been following Xbox, Play Anywhere has been something they've been pushing majorly across the board, and more titles are using it. More and more publishers are using it. The future of Xbox going into the next generation is Play Anywhere. Buy the game once, play it everywhere. And this is where this comes in. Even today, like I'm not even going to sit here and be like, if you pick this up, if you're playing games, modern games, most of your stuff that you're playing right now, you're probably going to be able to access a ton of it here with Xbox Play Anywhere, or you're going to be able to access it if you have these games on different launchers, which is also a massive advantage. Like some of the Play Anywhere stuff I'm playing right now, Keeper, Call of Duty, of course, Final Fantasy 16, been playing that. Ball X Pit, which is an addictive indie game that just dropped. Please go check that out. It is phenomenal. Hogwarts Legacy, I loaded this game up on when it dropped into Game Pass on my PC, into PC Game Pass, and it had my save file from 2023 when I was playing it on the Xbox Series X. Like, if you can't see the awesomeness of where the ecosystem is right now and where it's going with these types of features, and if I load up right now on this handheld, it'll give me that same save file, seamless, right from the cloud. That part is great. Are you going to be able to play the console version of something that came out on the Xbox 360? No, you're not going to be able to play that unless it is in the cloud, which a lot of them are actually in the cloud, but you won't be able to play it natively. So I guess you probably actually will be able to play a lot of them, because a lot of them are actually in the cloud itself if they aren't on Play Anywhere. But this is something that is continuously expanding, and overall, the device itself is phenomenal. The Xbox full screen experience needs work. That is the thing right now. It absolutely needs work. This does still somewhat feel like a beta, and it's $1,000 beta for suckers like me who go out there and purchase these things day one. I would say right now, if you don't have major interest in handheld gaming, you're not missing out on an insane amount of anything. If you are on the fence, I would wait a little bit. Microsoft and Xbox have already said more updates are coming to this in the coming months, also in 2026. And if you are interested in handheld gaming, but you kind of want to see where this experience is going to go, are more games going to be coming into here? Is Xbox going to be pushing out a solution sooner rather than later to actually give you full access to all of your Xbox catalog on your console, whether that's some of them through cloud gaming or some of them natively? Then you can wait. You can wait, because there will be multiple iterations, I would bet, of these devices that are Xbox devices, more Xbox handhelds coming from manufacturers, maybe more from Asus, and they will just continuously get better. So that is, when it comes to the pricing, whether you should get it right now, it really is a situation you're in. I mean, I love this thing. And I guess the also big thing here is, how does it play the games? The games play great. The games actually do play very good. I've had no issue playing anything, and everything runs great for a 7-inch display in a handheld, and you're playing the latest AAA games. Like, you're going to be playing Outer Worlds on this when it comes out. You're going to be playing the next Call of Duty. You're going to probably be playing Fable and the next Halo and the next, and Gears 8 all on this, if you want this as a allied device, right? Because you're going to obviously play those on other pieces of hardware too. So getting games pushing to 60 FPS, like Battlefield 6, I put out a video, can go over 100 FPS at some point, generally falls in the range of like 80 to 90 FPS, depending on your settings. But yeah, you can push this thing and get some great results out of it. So I don't think that is an issue. It is overall a very good device, but because of full screen experience, still does feel like a beta. So those are just kind of my initial thoughts of the Xbox ROG Ally X. I love it right now, and I can't wait to really see where it goes. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have one. Let me know if you agree, disagree, if you have similar thoughts, all that stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.